Hi there, my name is Dave Yoon. I serve as the founder and CEO of WeddingPage.com. We serve as a wedding platform for planners that are looking to optimize their workflows when managing their couples or their clients, specifically in the budget and to-do department. What we do is not only create budgets and to-dos on behalf of the planners, but also take a look at their emails once approved and scan for any updates dynamically to those budgets and those to-dos so that the plan that they create for their clients is a living, breathing document that automatically updates. Of course, we ask for their approval before making any suggestions, but today I'm going to be walking you through that entire end-to-end flow just so that you can understand what scopes we ask for, how we're using them, and how we're optimizing for our wedding planner audience. So first things first, let me click sign up with Google, and I can expand this pop-up here. I'm going to be using this test account right here. Great. First steps first, we're going to be onboarding. We explain exactly what we're expecting when we ask users to connect to the Gmail. And so by connecting to Gmail, I'm going to be using this account right here. We have this unverified app, of course, because we have yet to verify the modified scope. And so we're going to go to Paige AI as is, click continue. We'll take a look at all of the scopes that we're asking for right now. We send email on their behalf. We have read, compose, and send emails from their Gmail account. This, of course, is once the user has integrated Gmail and added a few planners into the platform. We look for those specific contacts. We pull those relevant emails in, and of course, we start doing the email triaging and the email AI suggestions from there. We have the personal info, of course, and then the email address, and then the personal info right here. So those are the scopes that we're asking for right now. We click done, click continue. And after that, we land right in the vendor library. So this automatically allows users to find contacts that belong in their email addresses so that we can import only those relevant emails. So for this case, let's just say it's Divine Grace, which is a wedding venue that's local here. It pulls in the relevant information using the Places API. And let's just say that this person's name is Dave Yoon and their email is as such. We can verify, look for relevant conversations, emails have been found. And then of course we can click complete. Great. So we have been onboarded onto the Paige platform. And first things first, you'll notice that we have a feedback modal right here just to collect some information about their experience thus far. But right now, there is nothing that has been pulled in, of course, because we don't have a couple thus far. You'll notice that we have templates for to-dos and for budgets and timelines. We have a global inbox, which serves to be as the place where everything is going to be first imported and then triaged to the relevant weddings. A vendor library that serves as a global vendor library for all of the vendors that I have added to my shortlist, and global files such as contracts, invoice templates that I want to send to my clients when ready, and finally a calendar that I can look at myself so that I can see all of my wedding events in one place. So let's go back home and create our first wedding. So first things first, I'm going to add the couple that I'm going to be managing here. So let's just say that's Michelle Park. We have Michelle at gmail.com. She's the bride, and she is going to be married to Dave Yoon here. Dave at weddingpage.com. We can select the role. He'll be the groom. When's the big day? Let's just say it's October 15th of next year. It's going to be in Dallas, Texas. And the venue is going to be at Divine Grace Vineyard. Continue. So I'll add Divine Grace Vineyard here as a confirmed vendor, and I'll click complete. Once that's been complete, another short survey is added, and then we are led here. This is the couples portal, if you will. So this is going to be specific to that couple. We can always go back home to manage global things. And here is going to be that actual couple area. You'll see it's split up between budget, to-dos, and vendors. If we actually go to these pages, there's nothing here because we first have to actually complete these items first. And so we need to complete the intake, which has a little bit more detail about the couple themselves. If I go to intake here, eventually the planner will be able to send this to the couples themselves, but for right now, it just has them confirm certain information like priorities. Now, I imagine that the planner would have asked their couples in advance what's most important to them so that they can shift their priorities here. Define the vision, like we can go Art Deco, these three up here, big city and chic city affair. Let's define the budget. Let's say that they have a $45,000 budget for about 165 guests. We have these default budget categories selected on their behalf. There's added suggestions that they could add to further optimize their plan and make it more personalized. So we're gonna do a non-religious ceremony, and then we're gonna kid-friendly reception. Those two are must things. So we'll generate the breakdown. And what's happening right now is we're sending all of the intake information back over to our AI to actually create budget categories for them with appropriate prices. And what you'll notice is that we actually return rationale as to why we specifically chose these numbers for each breakdown category. Now that it's been loaded, you'll see that I have all of my added options here with the specified amounts. The user has the choice now to generate their full plan or save and generate later. So in this case, let's go generate the full plan right now, which will actually create all of the budget items for those categories and all of the personalized to-do items on behalf of their clients. Now that the budget items have been loaded, you can see that per each category, we have all of the suggested budget items according to what the user has specified in their intake form. You can see notes as to why we chose these. These are just AI-driven suggestions and rationale as to why they were added. Descriptions have been added here as well. And so once the user is happy with all of this breakdown, they can accept the budget and generate their to-dos. Great. Now that the budget or the to-dos have come in, you can see that many of them have been assigned to me as the planner, and some of them have been assigned to the bride and to the groom. There's also details here for description, definition of done for all of these personalized to-do items, and so they can accept and finish their plan. Once complete, I navigate back to the global inbox, and I can actually see some of the imported threads that are coming in, specifically from Dave Yoon, who was the vendor that we specified for this specific client. You'll notice that there are 4 unread messages, and you can see exactly where the actual AI is looking to see, hey, that this email actually pertains to XYZ clients. We can auto approve the suggested emails here, or we can deny them. But most importantly, for the modify scope, we have the unread read variable. And so just to confirm, let me go to the DUnion email here so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Great. So you see here that these are the 4 emails that I've received, or the 3 rather, from that vendor. The venue rental increase, the floral proposal, and the photographer package timeline. If I navigate back to Paige and actually click this one, for example, I can see that this email has come in. And just to verify that this is the exact same email right here, I can see exactly where this was sent to and by whom. Great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign this email here, florist proposal, specifically to the Michelle and Dave Yoon email. And what that will do is actually connect this thread that I'm speaking with the florist to back to Michelle and Dave Yoon's inbox. So if I were to go back to their specific inbox, I can then see that specific message here. And by assigning that message, the AI is actually going to start reading that email to see if there are suggestions that could be made according to florist proposals. In this case, the other emails that I've pulled in, you can see here that there's a venue price increase. Okay. I can automatically see that a new to-do suggestion has been received, and then I can actually apply this. In this case, it's going to be RSV count increased to 165, requiring updated rental quantities to be logged in. So that's going to be a to-do. I can see why this was detected, and it shows me exactly which email it was coming from. And click add to-do. Track incremental deposit rate for rentals. This is another to-do that is suggested. Incremental deposit tied to the update, rental scope, extra linens, chairs, tents, and layouts. I can also add that to-do there as well. We can also see that the florist proposal email has received now the AI suggestions after going through its cycle. We have these two to-dos that were suggested. Actually, there's three. Wire 2,750 deposit to the Bloom Atelier to hold date, pay Bloom Atelier, and so on. So what I can do is actually take a look at this email here and see that everything does make sense according to this email. And I'm going to add the to-do here because this 2750 corresponds to this action item here. I can actually pay Bloom Atelier remaining balance by the due date, have that as a to-do, decide on floral substitutions, add that as a to-do as well. And all of those are going to be added to my to-do list. Another thing that we have specifically for the inbox is going to be this area as well. You'll see that this area, this message has been marked unread, and by clicking it, what it does is it marks it red, and this is where the modify scope comes in as well. And so if I were to go back to that specific email in my Gmail, refresh it, you'll see that it also has been marked as red there. The other thing that we offer is the ability to remove this email specifically from both Paige and the user's Gmail. And so by clicking delete, what it does is actually moves this to the trash right here, where they can then restore it if they really wanted to. But just to illustrate, this hi there email is also going to be in my trash right here. It does not automatically permanently delete that email from the email within Gmail. So if I were to restore it here as well, what would happen is I can see the hi there email there. I go back here into my Gmail, I click refresh for my trash. No longer in trash, it will actually be right back in my email as well. I think it was sent a little while ago. So yes, June 29th, right here. Great. Additional things that we do with the Gmail scope is that once assigned, you can draft emails with Paige according to what's been received here, and then I can actually send a response back. And so if I were to click send here, this reply has been sent, and you can see in my Gmail here, the sent email. Thank you for sending the blah, 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 this email here, and it's also been sent to that vendor as well. So all in all, it serves as a way for us to be able to read their email, but beyond that, to actually analyze it and to pull automatic emails in according to the vendor. We also wanted to show you the ability for the user to disconnect all of their connections right now for Google integrations. We also have the ability for the Google Calendar. They can reauthorize their calendar to allow for that syncing, as I mentioned, specifically for this wedding. Over here, in this case, we have 5 services. We have the calendar function as well. Okay, click done. Paige AI will be able to see, edit, share, and permanently delete all calendars. Yes, continue. We've connected the calendar, and so if they wanted to share this specific calendar with their clients in this regard, like this, confirm additional rentals, they can sync with Google Calendar, and what it will do is automatically create a Google Calendar for them. And of course, finally, we wanted to show you that the user is able to log out and that they'll be able to log back in, no problem. So by clicking log out, they'll be led back to the landing page. When they log back in with Google, they can of course do so at any time by using that same account that they used to log back in. And that is, in a nutshell, what Paige is all about. Thank you so much for your consideration. We are more than happy, or I'm more than happy to answer any questions. Thank you so much.